Hi, this is Simon Gilliard, and today I've been asked to run off a video on making videos, believe it or not, bizarrely. But there you go. Some members of my team and other people who have nothing to do with the business that I'm in have just sent me a few messages. They've been dripping in over the past few weeks, and I thought I would answer them in one fell swoop with one video. The questions that people have been asking me is really, do I have any tips on how to produce videos, how to come across on camera, and really how to, I guess people are looking at some of the videos that I've made and are thinking, God, I can never produce that. Well, I'm going to put together, first of all, just to dispel that complete myth, very, very shortly, you should find a video coming up with all of the bloopers, all the swearing, the cussing, the effing and blinding that I get up to when I get things wrong. In fact, I'm hoping that this video is done without any bloops because I'm not cutting this out, I'm doing this in one take because I've got to go out, but they're all waiting downstairs. A few tips for you with creating video. Now, I've done another video on talking about looking into the camera, talking to people as if they're your friends, smiling on camera. Too many people don't do that. They're sitting there and talking like that. It doesn't work. Nobody's going to buy anything from you if you're frowning and looking far too serious. So you don't have to grin like an inane idiot. You can just have a smile and just take the edge off the whole tone of the video. I talked about in a previous video where I was perched up on a stool. You'll probably find it on my site here, where I got a bit animated about using pitch, pace and power and other things. Look that video up because I don't want to repeat all the content that I put in that one. But the other tip I can have for you, if you're having problems, enunciating what it is you're going to say, writing a script. Some people put scripts up on by the camera. I'm a strong advocate for not reading from a script. Now, whilst I appreciate that putting things down in writing can be advantageous because it can sort of sort the thoughts out in your head, I don't recommend actually reading something from a script. First of all, you're not going to be looking into the camera like I'm doing right now. It's not going to come across as natural, and you are nevertheless going to sound like you're reading something, and heaven forbid someone might see your eyes scanning down below. I think you've probably seen a few videos where you can tell that people are reading from a script. It doesn't look good, and for the extra effort that you can put into maybe learning what you're going to say a little bit better, becoming a little bit more familiar with your material, and if that really isn't working, then what I recommend is if you do write a script out, just use it as a means of organising your thoughts in your head, to putting them down on paper, because just the act of putting things down on paper does have an effect in sort of organising your thoughts in your head. But once you've done that, what I then recommend is that you get some bullet points. So read through your script that you've written out. Make some bullet points, the main points that you're trying to make, whether it's each paragraph or whatever it is. I mean, the script shouldn't be very long anyway, because you want to try and keep this down to a couple of minutes, and don't try talking too fast like I sometimes do. Be clear, enunciate your words properly, but make some bullet points from the script. And then, what I used to do, and I still do now sometimes if I'm having trouble, because sometimes I trip over my words or I don't make a point. Nobody's perfect. Believe it or not, the number of times I do take after take after take just to get one video right, you wouldn't believe. But get the bullet points, put them down on a piece of paper. So get your piece of paper like this and just put bullet points down. Put the bullet points down on the piece of paper, and then just tape it up underneath the camera. So it would just be you can't see this. What am I doing? Just underneath the camera, underneath the lens, so that you don't have to look very far from the camera. Now, the other option is when people are talking, they quite often will look away and then back again. If you ever watch people talking to you naturally, they don't always stare straight into your face all the time. So it is a natural thing to look away, have a thought, that's that sort of thing. And what I would then do, if putting the notes underneath the camera, it looks too obvious, like you're looking down and then up and down like that, then what I recommend is that you put the notes in a place where it's natural for you to look when you look away or break the glance that you would naturally hold with a person, because I do recommend using the camera as if it is a real person. So for me, I sometimes look in that direction there, like I just did just then actually, when you're thinking about what you're going to say next. And it's a good place to put your notes. Don't put them to one side because you're going to be looking that side or that side, and it's not going to look natural. That's not what happens in real life when you talk to someone. And what you're ultimately trying to produce is a video that looks natural, that looks like you're talking to the person in the camera. You think of it as if you're talking to one of your friends, and hopefully that will help you to produce a far more natural looking video that portrays you as a real person and how you really are. And once you start getting that across, then people will buy into you as a person, because if you're into, I don't know, MLM, network marketing, affiliate marketing, or any other sort of online business that requires video marketing, one thing that's true in business is that people buy people. They do not buy the product, they do not buy the company, they do not buy anything else. What they're buying into is you. And you know this is true because you look at salespeople when they leave one company and go to another, they often take many of their customers with them. And that's because the customers have bought from that particular person, they've built a rapport, a relationship with that person, and so they want to follow them. So if you bear that in mind, then it's going to the personality that you portray across on the video is going to be the best way of connecting with that person. The people that watch your videos are going to be able to see exactly how you're like as a person, how you come across, and hopefully I'm not contradicting myself with the quality of this video. Hopefully you can see exactly what I'm like. There you go, there, wear my heart on my sleeve, you see what you get. But that's what I recommend. Make some bullet points and either tape them just under the camera if you think you can get away with having them just there and that you can see them just in your sort of peripheral vision, or if not, put them somewhere completely different, somewhere that you look frequently when you're thinking, as people do, to collect your thoughts, and there, bang, there is the notes, or the bullet points rather, with the points that you want to make. So don't use a script, use bullet points, the points that you want to make, and then talk about it naturally. And the only other way of getting your words out and coming across as natural is going to be to practice, practice, practice. Unfortunately, guys, there is no quick and fast, easy way to produce videos. You do have to put the time in. You have to spend the time in front of the camera, becoming familiar with that camera pointing in your face. And the more you do that, the more natural you will come across on camera. So that's it. Hopefully I've not run over the 10 minutes because this was completely ad-libbed. So I apologise if I have to cut some bits out or anything. But hopefully that's good enough for you. Those are the tips I recommend for making new videos. Go make some videos. Send me some links on YouTube. Link to me on my YouTube channel. And I'll come along and check them out and see what you think. But good luck and have fun.